What's up, Tech Gang? Stefan here from TechRight. Today I'm going to be putting the LG Stylo 4 from Metro PCS up against the LG Q7 Plus on Metro PCS. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is the price of each of these phones. So as you guys know, the LG Q7 Plus did release yesterday for a whopping $329. Now if you guys do port over a number, this phone is only going to be $129, and for that price, this is going to be one hell of a phone. But if you are going to upgrade or port in a number, you guys only get a $29 rebate, therefore it's going to be $300, and I don't think this is worth $300 at all. At that point, I would honestly go with the P20 Lite or the Huawei Mate SE, but that's honestly just my opinion. Some people love LG. On the left side, we have the LG Stylo 4, and this does retail for $179. It has a much bigger screen, as you guys can see, way bigger than the LG Q7 Plus, as you guys see right there. Now, this phone is actually free if you port over, and that is one hell of a deal, because I have to say this is one of the best budget phones from Metro PCS. Honestly, in general right now, I could probably state that this is one of the best budget phones out there right now. But now that we got the pricing out of the way, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the specifications. So first and foremost, these are both 4G LTE enabled, and they do have Android Oreo, each of them. They have Android 8.1. Now on the left side, as I said before, we have a 6.2-inch Full HD Full Vision 18:9 display. Now on the right, we have the LG Q7. This does have a Full HD Plus Full Vision 18:9 display, but it does have that 5.5-inch screen. So if you guys are wanting to have a bigger screen, you guys watch a lot of videos on YouTube, you consume a ton of media, or you just watch, episode after episode on Netflix, then obviously you guys are going to want the bigger screen, and that is going to be on the LG Stylo 4. So the LG Stylo 4 definitely takes a win for the screen. As far as the density, I believe the Q7 Plus does look a little bit better, but I can honestly barely tell the difference. Now as for the cameras, we both have PDAF rear-facing cameras with the Q lens. Now on the LG Q7 Plus, we have a 16 megapixel camera, and on the LG Stylo 4, we have a 13 megapixel camera. Obviously, you guys know that megapixels really don't mean anything. It all has to do with the sensor, and with that being said, both of these cameras are pretty much the same. I will be doing a camera comparison test, but so far in my testing and just using it for a day, these cameras seem to be exactly the same and also hold the same features. And it's pretty much the same thing for the front-facing cameras. We do have a 5 megapixel front-facing camera on the Stylo 4, LG Q7 Plus 8 megapixels. Q7 Plus looks like it's a tiny bit better in low light, but you guys are going to see the full comparison. But it's pretty much the same thing. We both have a wide angle, so we have a wide angle on the Q7 Plus. I know it doesn't say it in the specs, but we do have a wide angle front-facing camera. Now next is where it gets really interesting, and this is, I think, why the price bumped up a little bit more. Now for taking a look at the LG Stylo 4, we have 32 gigabytes of internal storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM. But if we're looking at the LG Q7 Plus, we actually have 64 gigabytes of internal storage. I don't think we've ever seen this on a device at Metro PCS of this price. And we have 4 gigabytes of RAM as well, something that we've really never seen on a mid-range or budget phone at Metro PCS yet. So we do have double the RAM and double the storage, so that is what really made the price difference. Now taking a look at the processor, 1.8 gigahertz octa-core processor on the Stylo 4. Same with the LG Q7 Plus. They are also using the 450 Snapdragon on here as well. So same processor, same gigahertz, and they're both octa-core. So as far as the hardware goes, we both have our camera on the left side. We have our notification light. We have our headset. They actually look like the same headsets right there. At the bottom, we have a speaker. Same speaker right there. Now, the stylus is on the LG Stylo 4. Obviously, we don't have a stylus on the LG Q7 Plus. Both 3.5mm head jacks and both USB Type-C. The only other feature that I see that is missing on the LG Stylo 4 is the hi-fi quad-act audio. Definitely not worth the $200 more on this device though, but the hi-fi quad-act audio is a very nice feature, and you can listen to true to sound music and true to sound audio. So honestly, a really good feature for the people who have this phone. But I went over everything. I know I was nitpicking a bit and I spent a little bit of time on this, but I just wanted to break it down for everybody who wanted to actually purchase one of these devices. I am giving my full honest reviews. I don't work at Metro PCS. I know a ton of you think I work at Metro PCS. I do YouTube as a full-time job, so I don't work at Boost Mobile or Metro PCS like a lot of these other YouTubers do. I have to pay my own money for these phones. I literally spent $600 this week just on these two phones, so you can honestly trust my opinion. Now, if I was ever sponsored by, you know, LG or whatever, I would definitely tell you guys. But I actually set something up right here. I set up a little benchmark, and then I'm actually going to take the Antutu benchmark after. But we're going to go ahead and boot up the phone, do this little speed test, and then we're going to run a benchmark and see what results we get. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and boot up the devices. Obviously, you know which one's on the left and the right, as it says right here. Stylo 4, Q7 Plus. Let's see which one boots up first. Alright, so the LG Stylo 4 booted up first, obviously, and now the Q7 Plus booted up a few seconds after. Next thing we're going to go and do is turn all of the animations down to 0. Alright, so as you guys see, all of the animations are now off, and everything is now cleared. Let's go ahead and start the speed test. Starting off the Antutu benchmark in 3, 2, 1, go. They booted up pretty much at the same time, so let's go ahead and go out of that. Next we have YouTube right here in 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, so the LG Stylo 4 beat the Q7 Plus. Next we have his settings in 3, 2, 1, go. Same, pretty much the same. Next we have camera, 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty much the same right there as well. Next we have the dialer in 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, Q7 Plus loaded up faster. Now, this is going to be a game, so this is going to take a little bit more power. Now, let's see what happens when we go ahead and do this. Remember, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigabytes of RAM, same processor, 1.8 gigahertz. Let's go ahead and start this. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, so the LG Stylo 4 actually booted up first, and as you guys see, it has nothing to do with the RAM because we have multiple windows open, so 2 gigabytes of RAM is doing just fine right now. All the same things open: Antutu benchmark, YouTube, settings, camera, contacts, and Tempo Run 2. Boom, both went there at the same time. Second to last one is the Helix jump in 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, the LG Stylo 4 got it by a split second. And the last thing we want to do is go ahead and open the calculator in 3, 2, 1, go. Metro PCS LG Stylo 4 booted up first. Very, very cool stuff right here. As you guys know, the LG Stylo 4 beat the Q7 Plus in these applications. It might be different in other applications, but it looked like the Stylo 4 won, so that's pretty cool. Now we're going to actually go ahead and start a real benchmark test that's going to actually give us an accurate score, and I am very, very excited. Let's go ahead and start this. All right guys, so let's go ahead and see what happens in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright guys, so there you have it, the scores of the LG Q7 Plus versus the LG Stylo 4. Is this really worth $200 more? I'm not sure. In my opinion, no, but for some of you, you guys are going to fight for the Q7 Plus because it's probably a phone that you picked up, so therefore you're probably going to defend it. But the LG Stylo 4 got about 10,000 more points than the LG Q7 Plus. So going into the score, we got a CPU score of 32,727, defeating 23% of users on the LG Stylo 4, compared to the LG Q7 Plus, where we got a CPU score of 28,108, defeating 17% of users. users, pretty much over 4,000 points more than the LG Q7, which is pretty crazy. Next, we have the GPU, and for the LG Stylo 4, we got a score of 12,218, defeating 10% of users, compared to the Q7 Plus, where we got a score of 9,990, basically 10,000, defeating 9% of users. So actually got pretty close right there. Taking a look at our UX score on the LG Stylo 4, we get a score of 17,676, defeating 19% of users. And for our LG Q7 Plus, we get a UX score of 15,300, defeating 14% of users. Now for MEM score, this is the final score that we have right here. We got a score of 4,751, defeating 24% of users. For MEM score on the Q7 Plus, we got a score of 3,872, defeating 17% of users. Now, honestly, take this information how you want it. Obviously, anybody who picked up the Q7 Plus or is going to pick up the Q7 Plus is going to go crazy in the comments and defend their phone. It's the phone that you bought, so obviously you're going to go ahead and defend it. This is non-biased, and in my opinion, in all actuality, I really think that the LG Stylo 4 is a much better device. It has pretty much the same features compared to the LG Q7 Plus. You know, the only thing that we're missing is the extra 2 GB of RAM, which, as you see right here, we really don't need, and the IP68 certification. As you guys know, water and dust resistant. I did do a water test for I think almost 3-4 minutes with the LG Stylo 4, and it honestly did really good. I'm still using till this day, as you guys see right here, so it's pretty crazy. Now, if you guys do want this device and you guys are switching from Boost Mobile, Cricket Wireless, any other carrier, if you guys can't handle a 6.2-inch phone, I would go with the Q7 Plus, because you know, if you guys do port over, it's going to be $129. But for that $29 instant rebate, if you're not getting at least a $200 instant rebate for porting over, I would not go with the Q7 Plus. It's definitely a ripoff. You can get so many different phones. You can get the LG V20, a flagship of 2016. You can get the P20 Lite. You can get the Huawei Mate SE. You can get a ton of different phones in the mid-range area that are way better than this device. So in my opinion, LG Stylo 4 definitely tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I really would love to hear your guys' opinions. I always love reading your comments. I do try to read every single comment and every single video, and honestly, I love the interaction you guys are showing lately. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below, as well as subscribing if you guys are not a part of the tech gang already. Also hit that notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Safan from TechRight. Peace out, tech gang.